Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gary Hobbs, the podcast. This is episode number 29. I'm Johnny D, and here's Mr. Gary Hobbs.
Thank you, Johnny D. Invited Jay-Z, Little D, they're in the house. Full house.
Yeah.
Full house. Welcome to Gary Hobbs, the podcast. We are in Eagle Pass, Texas. Episode 29, guys. There you go.
Happy New Year to
First of all, I want to thank everybody for the best wishes and the happy birthdays and all the great stuff and even the bad stuff. But las gracias. Big question. How old, Gary? Well, 66. So we have the now Route 66 tour coming this year. Yeah, Route 66 tour. And, las gracias por todos los texts, los phone calls, and friends, family. No enemies so far, but it's good. But welcome to Gary Hobbs, the podcast. Well, we're going to dive right into it. Couple of things. So we get this, some comments about, one is about our profile. So we put something like, I think Soy Libre came in at number 14 for the year, like on Lopez Broadcasting. And on Rudy Treviño's Tejano Gold Countdown, it came at number 2 for the year.
Oh, nice.
Soy Libre, of course, great song written by Juan Treviño. Yeah. I wish I could sing it a little bit better and made it justice, pero Soy Libre by Juan Treviño on Freddie Records. Number 2 on Rudy Treviño's Tejano Gold Countdown. And then it was number 14 for the year at Lopez Broadcasting. ¿Verdad? And so, but on the number 14, and I don't like to call people out by name, right? But Albert Garcia wrote, he wrote something like, he posted same old, like, and I get what he's saying, right? Like, pues los Tejanos, but that's one guy, right? Albert Garcia. And there's a point to all of this, like we always do, right? Yeah. But, another guy, Arturo J. Rios, we won't mention his name, Arturo J. Rios. On text, they seem to be pretty bold, pero, but he le pone same old, same boring, okay? That's why listeners shy away from your radio, because I don't have radio, but maybe saying Tejano radio, maybe that's what he's saying. Yeah. And he said, I did. And it said, same artist winning. Well, no, I never won, so he can't be talking about me. With no wow to Tejano music. And he says, Jay is good, Gary the same, Ram even worse. Like, so, was I guess Jay the one that didn't get hurt on this one, right? Pero I'm the same old, and Ram even worse. And I go, man, he's, I get it. Arturo J. Rios, I mean, thank you for the support, brother. Pero, again, Albert Garcia, and same old, pues, it seems to be working because they're still hiring us.
Yeah.
And then it's just not me. If he had the fortitude, why doesn't he say something about, let's say, Little Joe or Ruben Ramos or Roberto Pulido or people that have been at it a lot longer than me?
Sure.
Same old, Because I don't look at it like that. And then something hit me because it's my birthday, and so I just turned 66, and I'm feeling now vulnerable, and I'm thinking, man, these guys don't even respect an old man, right? but I've never disrespected my elders. I'm not gonna say their names, but Little Joe or Ruben Ramos, Roberto Pulido, I have them in high, esteem, high regards. I never. But people to say same old, and come at me just on my post, he could have gone and posted anything else, like on somebody else. And so I tried to check it, and he didn't. So that's a hater.
Yeah,
that's like a hater.
Sounds like
just come out and say it. I if he hates the music, pues I get it. I don't like other music, but I don't go as far. Man, I hate this or that. Okay, music is music. So Albert Garcia's got all the right, he thinks our music is same old, or in general Tejano music, right? And But Arturo J. Rios got a little bit more specific there. You know, Jay is good. Gary, the same old. Ram, even worse. But we've been doing it 40-something years. But, you know, there's no way that the younger crowd, it's a young man's game right now, young woman's game, young band game. You know, Tejano music, though, as we know it, is going to be still, you know, an older crowd. Now we've seen the analytics on Spotify change.
True.
You know, okay, wow, and especially Mexico, you know, the support que está saliendo de Mexico y all that general vicinity. Mexico, it makes me feel like, man, they're supporting that Tejano classic sound a lot more in Mexico than
over here.
Than over here.
And the real Tejanos?
Well, you said that, compadre. I didn't, because people like to, you know. But again, haters. Now talking about so much hate for Tejano music, you know. Why don't just what can I say? STFU, you know, and stop hearing it.
Just move on.
Yeah. You don't like it, you know. You don't like us or me personally. There's a lot of people. Okay, so you know, they don't even know me, and they'll say things. And I guess the bigger the profile, you know, and my profile isn't that big, you know. Pero I get it. You don't like Tejano music. You don't like keyboards. I get it. You know. Yeah. But STFU, man, and just carry on. Now the conversation we had on the last episode on 28, it started about, you know, people saying, okay, why is Tejano music on the decline? And then chorros of opinions. I think the last I saw was like 500 plus opinions. Plus, I get it. Everybody's got their own opinion. Now I value more if it's somebody that's playing Tejano music, if it's a performer, it's an artist, you know, and a lot of artists, you know, we're going to get these people that don't have a lot of profile, and of course they're going to give their 2 cents, of course, you know, and they're butthurt or they're very sensitive.
That's exactly,
you know, okay, the old guys, you know, we don't help anybody. Again, we had that conversation already, right? Yeah. Pero it wasn't like nobody helped us. You know, and I've always said, you just got to keep working, man. You just got to keep, you know, getting a band together. But now they attack it different. You know, they record things on social media and you know, their solo projects and with tracks and stuff. And oh my God, they can sing.
Yeah, some people are really good.
No, they're great. A lot of them really. But it is hard to have a band out there and keep a band together.
True.
And believe me, compadre, I can tell you, I don't think there's a week or every other week that there's always problems, you know, and we got to take care of them. You know, we square it away and let's keep working. Tenemos que jalar. This is our job. Yes. I can't comment and then act like I don't care, and then, como se dice, and then I have another job, Monday to Friday. I don't.
And maybe people don't know, compadre, pero us, like in the band here with you, this is all we do. We don't have other jobs. This is all we do, music.
And every day, it's something to do with music.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, okay,
it's not about making music all the time and thinking about this and how can we do this better and stuff.
Well, now we have a podcast, so I can vent too. I mean,
there you go.
And I think the older I got, guys, I think it's easier to trigger me now. You're supposed to grow old and be more patient, and that's not true. And man, I used to say when problems hit me like that when I was younger, I was like, man, God, I love this business, man. It's like, God, I love this business. It comes at me and I like going at it head on, face on, you know. But so that was the conversation, no? And then we had the thing about somebody who used to work for us. We're not going to mention any more names, and they have their opinions. But to say that, you know, that they got fired for no reason, okay. But that was the conversation.
Yes.
Lo que está pasando en Tejano music, it happens everywhere, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, that there's no other podcast saying these kind of things because everything's kind of vanilla. Y todo. They don't want to hurt anybody. Nobody wants to be butthurt, and they're very sensitive. Pero we're talking about Tejano music, and if it's going to grow, because, you know, they got to shape up. But here's something that really, you know, threw me out. But on episode 28, that was the conversation. And I had a comment. First comment was Luis El Chicano, and he said, "Saludos, Gary. Great podcast. Pura onda chicana tejana." He's got American flag, Mexico flag, and fire. And I have all your LP. Saludos from Downey, California. Pues saludos, Luis el Chicano. Big shout out.
Shout out.
Shut up.
Okay, so somebody's supporting Tejano like that, man. And from California. Downey, California.
That's the way it should be. That's the way
And he calls it Chicana Tejana.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You know,
That's good. That's
because
good,
the Chicano, it was more like brass and all of that, and nobody's saying same old about Chicano, same old Tejano, you know. And this guy nos manda saludos, so big shout out to him. So he liked the conversation, but then I get, I've seen this before, but Rotsejas, and he puts, what is your opinion? Let me get all of it. I gotta picarle aquí. Excuse me. It says, what is your opinion of professional musicians refusing to play at the Kennedy Center? So the moment I read that, I go, what does that have to do with episode 28? Okay, but then it says, I think that's a better topic than small potato bickering between musicians. Well, no, it's not small potatoes and bickering. It happened to be somebody that was in our band, but then in generally, they're asking about Tejano music, the decline. The decline of Tejano music to me is way more important than the rest of this question. The decline of Tejano music, as opposed to saying, you know, I think it's a better topic. What do I think about professional musicians refusing to play at the Kennedy Center? The Kennedy Center is a concern for all musicians. If you were asked to play at the Kennedy Center, would you accept? So we were talking about the decline, ¿verdad? The decline of Tejano music, and this all of a sudden starts sounding like something else.
Is that an invitation?
Well, no. But I answered. Big question here is, if they asked me to perform and get recognized like George Strait and Kiss did, because they did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question: did they get paid, compadre? You know, did they get paid? But they're being recognized, and so I said, you know, that will probably never happen, right? Excuse me. And it says, better topic, le puse, is that Tejano music has changed, and it's changing. And I said, I'm going to continue to perform and record, you know, to our audience, you know, my audience, you know, and play music that they're going to dance and enjoy. And I said, we'll definitely discuss this on the next podcast, because I'm still in the mode of the last episode.
Yeah.
We're talking about Tejano decline. Yeah. The decline. Nada que ver. So then this became political, because he writes back to me, says, let me give you my perspective by asking you a question. If someone, doesn't matter who, if someone deliberately tries to oppress you or your family or close circle of friends because you are Hispanic, and does it openly for all to witness, and then that person throws a party and asks you to celebrate them, God dang, what a long question. Would you participate in that person's self-indulgence? So now I know where this is going, you know. But, and it says, what I'm trying to say is, I totally agree with professionals standing up for their honor as human beings while a man tries to disgrace them and color of their skin. Correction, a man that is disgracing them. And if you look, several of those jazz artists that canceled are black. Okay, now we're not even talking Tejano. We're talking about jazz artists, and because they're black. And while he is kidnapping Hispanics from job sites, now we're talking about the president here, right? Said, I don't blame the musicians for protesting. I guess if I had to think it in a hurry, I guess I wouldn't blame them either. But all I know is that he said, all I know, Rocha says, well, maybe it's a girl now. All I know is that if someone told me I was less of a human being because of who I am, I would not entertain at all the idea of associating myself with said person at all. So, as a after all that, as a Hispanic artist, where do you stand? As a Hispanic artist, you know, even as a Hispanic, I don't defend it. I'm Tejano.
Sure, yeah.
The Mexican radio, they don't really pull for our music. So I'm not being racist because my last name's Gary Hobbs, you know, porque hablo bien el español.
Sí.
Especialmente cuando he hecho madres, compadre. You know? Oh, yeah. But here it got political, you know, because in the first part he's saying about the Kennedy Center, and you know, I know that they changed the name. To me, it's always going to be the Kennedy Center. You know, que le pelan todos. And then, if you're already talking about the president, this is more political question. And it's like the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico. To me, it's always going to be the Gulf of Mexico. Pero I think they went Gulf of America because they went around it so they could start drilling again. This is what I heard through the grapevine, right? Now, but to me, it's the Gulf of Mexico. So, but if this person is trying to call me out, where do I stand? If he's asking me because of this president right now, man, I'll go on record that, okay, we're getting off the subject of Tejano music. My only beef was illegal immigration, man. I don't hide. I lived on the border. I don't know where R.A.W, he or she lives, but they must not live in Eagle Pass from the border because, a lot of BS happened, in the last 4 years before this president. But where do I stand? I'm more conservative than other things, But to throw me out a question like this, like to try and put me on the spot, I don't hide from anybody, man. I don't. But it has nothing to do with Tejano music, people. So this whole segment was we get people giving opinions about Tejano music. Now, if you're an artist, a musician, Tejano was. I like to see R.A.W, he or she. I like for him to get on every podcast and get everybody else's opinion. Let's see what David Lee says, and Jay and Ram, and what do they think about I think they're going to tell you they don't give a rat's ass. Why? Because they're never going to invite us there. They're not going to invite us or Tejanos. No. I thought it was cool that they recognize George Strait. I mean, I'm a big George Strait fan, big time. No.
Yeah.
And I think he's won only 2 Grammys ever. Now that's the politics we should be talking.
Yeah.
That kind of politics. Yeah. Garth Brooks has won 3, but they're the all-time, grandes de country music. But to get recognized like that, and be at the Kennedy Center and be with, on a national, it was on CBS. I wonder what R.A.W has to say that CBS aired it. Why doesn't he or she say crap about CBS?
Who are you?
Hey, we called out people. Hey, R.A.W, you
show yourself.
Your name, your full name, just on a just so we can know who we're talking to here.
Exactly.
He or she. Pero the question to me, last question: as a Hispanic artist, would you stand? So if that's asking me, would I go or not go? Is it against because of this president, or is it because before they recognize me, R.A.W, they need to recognize Little Joe and Ruben Ramos and Roberto Pulido, and they need to recognize David Mares and many that came before me.
Yeah.
So if they get recognized, the question is to them: would they go? I wouldn't go unless they had gone first. I'm not that money hungry and name hungry, but to call out my integrity like that, STFU, man, just, STFU. Now, any comment around the table, because tell me how you really feel.
No,
Tejano music, man. We're not even talking about,
I really think they were just on, ChatGPT, and man, let me tear this up, and that's what they used, porque that was a very clean cut. Yes.
Pretty directive to me, right?
True, yeah.
Like they wanted me to come out and say, well, are you Republican or Democrat? Dude, really? Like,
we're musicians.
No. I don't think I trust anybody, man. Really. And not in politics,
Yeah.
Next question is, are you going to vote for Bobby Pulido? Because he's not in my district.
Exactly.
So, if he was in my district and I had an opportunity to ask a question, I probably would. Again, I think I said in the last segment, the last episode, I would ask somebody, this nation is so divided and we need to unite. And but how are you going to do that? What's your plan here? Because once they're in, I've seen them flip. Just about every president on something, pero we're going into politics, guys. This is a Tejano music show.
Yeah, no.
But somebody called me out, R.A.W, whoever the F you are, pues just say your name, man, and we can address it. But
Yeah.
but as far as Tejano music, man, we got a lot of problems as Tejano music. We got to keep on playing, working. We have to, you know, when the young bands think that someone like me or that we don't want to help, y'all don't understand. I have payroll and budgets and I'm looking where to work too. Why do they think, you know, that we're on easy street or something?
Yeah.
And we still got to work. And it's even, believe me, younger artists, it's even harder for me because I'm an old artist. I'm a 42-year veteran, and I got to go prove it every week, man. Pues so should you. Get out there, man, y ponle échale ganas and rehearse and get out there and knock on doors. And when they close the door, go look for another door, brother.
Yeah.
Tú síguele and don't let anybody tell you that they're not gonna, you know, that they're gonna put you down. And
It's how bad you want it.
well, and you don't have to be Hispanic, brother, to be in Tejano music, man.
No.
Exactly.
You don't have to be Hispanic, you know. You can be 50-50 like me, or you can be 80-20. I don't know how that happens. Pero maybe, you know, there's quite a few people that aren't Hispanic and they're in Tejano music. And man, I just thought it was a so off the wall question, man, coming at me like that. Pero I guess he just wanted me to say, you know, where I stand on my political views. But
Querían sopear el jale aquí.
yeah, pues haters. God bless them. Hypocrisy. But this is Gary Hobbs, the podcast. I hope we answered what the has he or she question. But we're going to be right back with real Tejano music stuff. Big shout out to our proud sponsor, Domingo Garcia, and the Domingo Garcia Law Firm, with offices in Dallas, Houston, Odessa, and Fort Worth, Texas. More info at domingogarcia.com.
Hello, I'm JC, and you're listening to Gary Hobbs, the podcast. And here's me compadre, Gary Hobbs.
Thank you, Jay-Z. Johnny D.
In the house.
Little D.
Yes, sir.
Man, on our Tell Me How You Really Feel, Gary segment. Man, compadre, I forgot to say, you know, Bobby Butler wasn't Hispanic and he did Chicano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
El Charro Negro and Marcus Daniels.
Yeah.
Daniel.
He's gone up and sang with us 3 or 4 times in Waco and where else? And you know, and Dee Burleson. My dear friend Dee Burleson. Black Santa. I'll tell you the story one day. Black Santa Claus. Yeah. We were doing charity for some kids and it's the first time I ever saw Black Santa. I hope this doesn't offend anybody, sensitive stuff. You know? Okay.
Well,
okay,
now these days you never know.
Dee Burleson was Black Santa Claus. It's the first time. Hey, on today's Tejano segment, we have music by Miguel Hernandez, and he's got this an anthology, and it just made me feel older, porque pues Miguel, you know, I started way before Miguel, and now he's got an anthology album, but he's got a really nice song, Animate, on his anthology CD album. It's written by Elena O. Hernandez and Cristobal Miguel Hernandez. This is Miguel Hernandez with Animate.
Acércate conmigo, no pienses mal. No quiero obligarte, pero mi amor solamente lo dedico para ti. Anímate, acurrúcame en tus brazos. Quiero sentir la ternura de tus besos y el calor de tus labios, tus caricias y tu amor. No tengas miedo ilusión. Quiero que sientas el calor de mi amor. Acércate conmigo, no pienses mal, no quiero obligarte, pero mi amor solamente lo dedico para ti. No tengas miedo de mi amor, eres mi única ilusión. Quiero que sientas el calor de mi amor. Anímate, acurrúcame en tus brazos. Quiero sentir la ternura de tus besos y el calor de tus labios, tus caricias y tu amor. Tus labios, tus caricias y tu amor. De tu amor.
That's Miguel Hernandez, Animate. So it's written by Elena O. Hernandez. I wonder if they're related. But Cristobal Miguel Hernandez, maybe it's Miguel himself.
Yeah, for sure.
But Animate, off of his anthology project, album. What do they call them today's? Album?
LP?
They don't call CDs
LP?
no more,
Yeah.
right?
LPs, EPs. No.
Albums,
CDs.
EPs.
Single.
Hey, but nevertheless, great music, Miguel. Tejano, compadre.
Yeah.
That's Tejano. But hey, you're listening to Gary Hobbs, the podcast. We're in Eagle Pass, Texas. You may be listening in on GaryHobbs.com or iHeart.com, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Audible or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, LaMeraLeona.net radio. We're asking everybody to subscribe. Please hit the like, ring the bell, and what, Johnny D?
Share. We got to share.
Please share.
Yeah.
Please
Yep.
share. And we do want to send a shout out to Rotehaz. We're going to make Rotehaz a name, household name on this
Make it
podcast.
famous.
We want to know who he, she is. That's it. Please don't tell me it's,
He?
no, don't be doing that. We have sensitive people listening. Now we're gonna lose sponsors. Hey, you're
Nah,
listening
just
to
saying,
Gary
brother,
Hobbs,
just
the
saying.
podcast. We're in Eagle Pass, Texas. We'll be right back. We want to thank our proud sponsor, CRI Electric in San Antonio, Texas. Family and veteran-owned commercial, residential, industrial, electrical services on electrical, data, voice, science, and solar. Give them a call at 210-509-8889. Big shout out Israel and Christine Garza, CRI Electric.
I'm David Villanueva. Welcome to Gary Hobbs, the podcast.
Thank you, Little D. Johnny D.
In the house.
Buddy Jay-Z.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy, you can't be saying that, what you said.
I'm sorry.
Because
Sorry.
in today's society, in our environment, even in Tejano music, traen esa onda, you can't be saying, no, you can't say he, she. You can't. She, he, no.
Sí, neta.
Why wasn't it al revés? Why she, he? Why not he, she? Or she, he?
Just say chocolate.
No, that... Okay. This show is starting to really rub me wrong now. This was supposed to be Tejano, and now they want to make it about politics, compadre. But getting back to our music, of course, we have a new single out. It's written by Juan Treviño out of H-Town, Houston, Texas. Latin Grammy winner. Twice Latin Grammy winner. We love him. We hate you, Juan. We love you. We hate him. We love him.
Way to go, Juan.
But man, he is such a great songwriter. He's a great singer.
Singer,
compadre, he's a musician.
Yeah.
I've been seeing videos. He plays everything.
Yep.
Man,
And
tell
he
him.
was pegacero también, compadre.
Yeah, I know. You like that, right? Big shout out, Juan Treviño, H-Town, Houston, Texas. A song that he wrote on our new album, Acaso no te das cuenta? Collaboration with Juan. Man, it was like, you know.
Really nice song.
Oh no, it was
Awesome
it was
song.
intimidating because he wrote it and he sings it great, and then I had to sing it.
Good video.
I had to mess it up, compadre.
Sounds really good, compadre. Both of you.
But it's something written by Juan Treviño, of course, on Freddie Records. This is Acaso no te das cuenta, and you can watch the video on YouTube on the Freddie Records TV channel. Please check out the video YouTube channel, Freddie Records TV. This is Acaso no te das cuenta.
¿Acaso no te das cuenta? Yo no sé si lo haces a propósito y solo quieres tú jugar conmigo. Yo sé que solo somos amigos y me cuesta tanto hablar contigo.
Cuando me platicas lo que te pasa, que otro amor te ha destrozado el alma, soy solo un simple confidente, a veces también pañuelo de lágrimas.
Pero ya me cansé,
porque eres tú tan cruel.
¿acaso no te das cuenta que yo daría la vida por tu amor? Que está mi alma vacía, que en una noche tu cuerpo se impregnó. A veces batallo para respirar, porque te sueño y despierto y no estás.
¿Acaso no te das cuenta que cuando sufres también sufro por ti? Que cuando te tengo cerca solo quisiera arroparte junto a mí. Eres la estrella que alumbra mi existir. Yo solo quiero tu aire compartir.
¿Acaso no te das cuenta?
Pero ya me cansé,
Porque eres tú tan cruel.
¿acaso no te das cuenta que yo daría la vida por tu amor? Que está mi alma vacía, que en una noche en tu cuerpo se impregnó. Y a veces batallo para respirar, porque te sueño y despierto y no estás.
¿Acaso no te das cuenta que cuando sufres también sufro por ti? Que cuando te tengo cerca solo quisiera arroparte junto a mí. Eres la estrella que alumbra mi existir. Yo solo quiero tu aire compartir.
¿Acaso no te das cuenta?
¿Acaso no te das cuenta?
zero-fee payments, providing trusted payment solutions for businesses of all kinds with no contracts, no hidden fees, and free equipment. For more information, call or text 830-461-0905. Acaso no te das cuenta on Freddie Records. Yours truly, Gary Hobbs, Juan Treviño. Big shout out, Juan Treviño. See, that's what I'm talking about, compadre.
That's really nice.
Music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Music, not politics, compadre.
Real music.
You need to get off that horse, or else, our sponsor are going to. Big shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
hope they don't hear this show. Big shout out. Domingo Garcia and the Domingo Garcia Law Firm. Got offices in Dallas, Houston, Odessa, and Fort Worth, Texas. CRI Electric in San Antonio, Texas. Big shout out Israel and Christine Garza, who are also Tejano cruisers.
Yeah.
Triple J Custom Welding, La Familia Bustamante, there in Seguin, Texas. Dear friends Juan and Crystal Bustamante, Triple J Custom Welding, and zero-fee payments. They provide trusted payment solutions for businesses of all kinds with no contracts, no hidden fees, and free equipment. You can have them call you, or you can call them. More information at 830-461-0905. Leave a message or text them. This is Gary Hobbs, the podcast in Eagle Pass, Texas. We'll be right back. We want to send a big shout out to our proud sponsor, Triple J Custom Welding, owned and operated by the Bustamante family in Seguin, Texas. TripleJCustomWelding.com or Facebook page Triple J Custom Welding for more information. Big shout out Juan and Crystal and all their family. God bless. Before we leave, guys. Okay, so we're leaving on a cruise, compadre. February the 1st.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Hobbs Family and Friends Cruise number 7. February 1st through the 8th, of course, 2026. Now on board, Jay Perez, David Mares, Pio Treviño, David Olivares. First time with David. Looking forward to that. Tejano Loco, special guest DJ Tiff. Gary Hobbs, the usual suspects. And that's been sold out since late June, compadre.
Yeah,
but
that's awesome. Thank
we
God.
had Ram Herrera originally on the lineup. And of course, he's been going through medical procedures. And so keep Ram in your prayers. But Jay Perez, David Mares, Pio Treviño, David Olivares, Tejano Loco, DJ Tiff, Gary Hobbs, the usual suspects. Now, our Gary Hobbs Family and Friends Cruise number 8, compadre, we have started registration for that. That's going to be January 31st through February 7th of 2027. Did you hear that, little D?
Yes, sir.
January
2027.
31st
Oh,
to
yeah.
February 7th, 2027.
Why aren't you
Symphony of the Seas.
Right.
And we have confirmed Stephanie Montiel and her band, Texas Latino and their band, Gary Hobbs and his band, Tejano Loco, special performances by Gabriel Zavala and Lily Vela. And we're about to announce 2 more artists, compadre. I don't know, right before the cruise or during the cruise. But 2 more artists for everybody, all our Tejano cruisers that listen in. And of course, you can get more information at GaryHobbsCruise.com. Or you can call our travel agent, Happy Mireles, at 469-450-1168. 469-450-1168. Happy Mireles. And before I forget, happy birthday, Happy Mireles.
birthday,
We share the same birthday on the 5th. Yeah, happy birthday, Happy. Happy Mireles, our travel agent, at 469-450-1168. Compadre, this Saturday, January the 10th, we are in Weslaco, Texas, the Mustang Lounge. Come join us, Gary Hobbs, the usual suspects, January 10th, Weslaco. Now, on January 16th, compadre, Friday, January 16th, we are in Lola's, Riverview, Florida. Everybody out there in Florida, we're going to be at Lola's on Friday, January the 16th. Now, compadre, this is Gary Hobbs and the usual suspects because somebody, nos sopearon that they got artists with a local band, and so they've been presenting artists, but this is Gary Hobbs and the usual suspects.
The whole band together.
The whole band,
yeah.
compadre. I wouldn't go without you.
Oh, no, sir. Not at all.
I never
No,
go
so-
anywhere without you. compadre.
Somos todos o ni uno.
Unless it's the Kennedy Center. But now, January 17th, we're in Florida for a private event. And now coming on Friday, January 30th, we're in Pasadena, Texas Regio Disco, Jay Perez and the band, Gary Hobbs, The Usual Suspects, and Tejano Loco. That's January 30th on Friday, Pasadena, Texas. Big shout out to all our Tejano cruisers. We hope they join us that night. And then on Saturday, the 31st, we are at a private event in Austin, Texas. And of course, that Sunday, February 1st, because we take on the cruise that we said. Now, you can visit us at websites GaryHobbs.com, or for the cruises, GaryHobbsCruise.com. Compadre, chorros of cruises next year. Ya están anunciando todos. Everybody and their mothers and their abuelas are performing. But our social media sites are Gary Hobbs Official on Facebook, Gary Hobbs Official on Instagram. We're on Gary Hobbs Official on X, and Gary Hobbs.official TikTok, although TikTok sucks. Okay, I said that. No, I need to clear that up. They think I'm impersonating Gary Hobbs, and they put their account not recommended, and the views have just gone way down with them. Or maybe they're haters, or maybe it's that, all these guys that are calling in and posting, and what the Haas.
True that.
All these guys. But any shout outs before we leave?
Yes, sir. I want to send a shout out to my sister Yaya in Ontario, Oregon. Happy belated birthday to my sister.
Compadre, how many family members do you have? I mean, every week,
Every episode.
Somos 12.
There you go.
Man.
12.
There you go. It's 12 months in the year.
Ándale, once a month. Es todo.
And my nephew,
Hey,
Tony Hernandez.
well, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Tony.
Shout out.
But Johnny D, Little D, mi compadre Jay-Z, you're truly Gary Hobbs, the OG. The OG stands for Old Gary, but after Monday, I turned 66, so now it's OG Older Gary. But Gary Hobbs, the podcast, we're in Eagle Pass, Texas. Going to see you next week con el favor de Dios. Next week, we return to being a Tejano music podcast, compadre.
Yes, sir.
We're not going to, unless Rotahaz, he or she
Writes back.
He, she, he wants to write back
Reveal yourself.
and reveal yourself, then we can continue the conversation.
I wanted to ask for the day off next week. I might be celebrating my birthday, compadre.
Oh, that's right. That's right, compadre.
I'm going to be busy partying.
Yeah.
Hey, so it was Gabi's birthday. Roger Salinas, our recording pair. His wife was on the 4th. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
January the 4th. And then I'm on the 5th. You're coming up on the 12th.
On the 12th.
My wife is coming up on the 13th, January 13th. My wife, Diana. Reina, happy pre-birthday.
Yeah.
I need to borrow some money, Reina, so I can buy something. I need to put a loan application for algo, but a lot of us, and Homero Castillo's birthday is coming up. And
On the
that's
28th?
January 28th. All of them in January, right?
Yes,
Or
sir.
Drummer Homero, so we'll be celebrating that one too. But thanks for listening in, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Hobbs, the podcast. Till next week, Dios los guarde, Dios los cuide. We'll see you next week. Say goodbye, guys.
God bless you.
God bless.
Bye-bye.